Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the second episode of my YouTube channel. I'm still getting used to this thing. I'm trying to be more consistent. As you can see, I don't have the best backgrounds, and because I'm at the farm, so everything is just a mess for now. But I think the key is in the message. Then, as time goes on, I also try to look a bit better for you guys. But unfortunately, I'm at work now and I'm doing a lot of labor work. So um, uh, you should expect me to be a mess every now and then when I make these videos randomly. Um, so I just wanted to share something quickly. I don't know if it's actually a lesson and something that I learned this morning. Something that I've always knew, but I just didn't know that it can be that extreme, right? And something that happened a lot in the past. And usually when it happened, I would say I would be quick to blame brokers and say they manipulating my accounts and so on. And so what I'm talking about is what we call a concept called slippage, right? So I experienced a slippage this morning with my trades during the Asian markets when I was trading the AUD high impact news, which is I think that is the repo rates. I don't remember if it's the repo rates or something like that. And I experienced a slippage. And so, what is a slippage? A slippage is is basically when you get triggered on a different price level than the one that you've yet placed in the first place. So, for instance, I had a sell order on AUD JPY. I just don't remember the exact figures on where exactly I entered, but just to make an example, um, I had a sell order on level one, right? So I had a sell order on level one. So basically, what I said is that I predict that the market is going to go down, the market is going to sell. So I want to be entered once the market gets to level one, right? So when the market gets to level one, I want to be entered. Also, also I placed a sell stop, maybe let's say at level minus zero or minus one, which is probably going to be above, right? So I also placed a stop loss there where I'm saying that if the market sells but then decides to reverse, I want to be taken out of the market once it gets to a certain area. Obviously, that area is also calculated in terms of how much I want to risk on that trade, right? So if the market reverses, then I lose money. But then if the market continues going down, then obviously I make money. Everything after a while, I make money. So now, what happens with the slippage is that I placed a sell stop on level one. But then, because the high impact news are very volatile and there's a fast move, my trade only opened at level 3, right? My trade only opened at level 3. So now this now put my account at risk because now if my entry level is now at level 3, sure. If my entry level is now at level 3, then that means my whole setup changes in a way because I dragged. So it's like now you drag in the entry. You drag in the entry and at the same time you are stretching the loss. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm making sense. But basically what I'm saying is that my risk was, for example, minus 500, right? And now my entry level has been changed. Now my risk is no longer minus 500. My risk is now minus 900, right? And now my entry is even far than where I wanted to enter. Because now when I had the first entry, it was probably even a bit tighter, right? I wanted maybe like a in and out fast move, right? I just wanted an in and out fast move so that I'm able to know whether my trade has gone successful or not within seconds. But now I found myself in a situation where I entered I got entered after the move. So instead of me being entered earlier on, where I could have entered earlier on, been triggered earlier on, and then broke even. Now I can't even break even because it's like down there. It's down there where it's gonna reverse, and that's what I've avoided. That's why I try to enter as early as possible by the neck, because I don't want a situation where the market reverses with me. And so that's when I actually learned that, yeah, the slippage thing is real. It's real, right? And I guess, look, I've been in the space for a long time, and I've been in the brokerage space for a long time. I know manipulation takes place. I know there's a thing such as manipulation, and I've experienced slippages every now and then. Just that this time, I think I I was more focused, because sometimes we're not really focused when we place in trades, and then you think that you made a mistake. But I had different accounts open, and all of them they had a change of entry. So that's when I realized that it can't be the broker, because I have different accounts with different brokers. So it's obviously a slippage, right? And it can't really be avoided. There's no way to avoid it for me, because I love trading high impact news. I only trade during news. I literally place a trade 5 minutes before the news, or even an hour before the news. I'm already in there, right? So I think it's just risk management. The key to avoiding slippage is just risk management. Just making sure that I also double check. So as soon as it goes in, I need to double check, right? And luckily, I was able to save my trades. I was able to get them as soon as they were in profit. I just broke even, so that even if it reverses, at least now I'll have a chance to re-enter again at a higher price. And as we speak, I do have a sell stop in on AUD JPY. As much as I don't like that I'm entering it now, especially now as we're slowly moving into other sessions, I think it's worth the risk. It's a setup that's looking really good. Could give us a sell, or it could decide to do otherwise. I think my instinct is saying this thing is gonna mess things up. So I'm just gonna give it a couple of minutes. I might end up closing them, because I don't like trading during these times where there's just a lot of consolidation. I love trading during high impact news, so I can know exactly in that time what's happening to my trade, right? So yeah, so that's what I wanted to share. I just wanted to teach you guys a bit on slippage. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that, where you felt like the broker has moved your stop loss, or the broker has moved your entry level, and so on. So let me know if you had experienced something similar before, and I hope what I explained today kind of makes sense to some of you guys. I'm still new to these videos and all that, so just be patient with me. um, I'm still learning how to properly share my knowledge. So if I'm all over the place, it's gonna get better as time goes on. Cheers.